Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Uncover the News. How are you? Just lighting my candles. I've finally sorted out the lighting. Yay! It's taken a bit of stuffing around, but El Paso judge pay back the rally debt. Oh, good. It's been, yeah. Courts are starting to get involved. Wow. Things are starting to happen at the grassroots level. There are a lot of, I think there are a lot of Republicans out there who didn't vote in the last two elections because they didn't want to vote for Trump. Hi, Aria Song. And they're starting to really speak out and make their feelings felt. Hi, Pamela Bryant. Now, hi, Dishes and Stitches. You might hear rain in the background. It is very wet here today. It's just, yeah, really wet and sorry looking, but you know, it's just a wee bit better. Yes, I know you get my screen in the background, and that's often why I bop my head a little bit, but you know. Hi, Sherry French. Yeah, I saw July, Matt Gaetz could be charged as soon as July. Will MG be charged in July? Hi, Jazzy Girl. Getting a thunderstorm. Well, if you have to turn off your computer, you do that, okay? You can always watch me later. Thanks to everyone who is watching and who's not in the chat. I really do appreciate those people who, you know, I won't call you lurkers. I understand that's the term for it, but no, just, yeah. Hi, Mimi Rose. I do appreciate that as well. So, what else? They've been going on and on about Trump indictments and stuff like that. They'll get there. They'll get there. He's been in Trump Tower and they haven't gone and nabbed him. So they're not, obviously they're not ready. For whatever reason, they're not ready. So we'll just give them that. And that'll, you know, that'll all work out. Will Trump pay the money back to El Paso? Hell no. He won't. What else did I see on the news? Oh, and thank you for your good wishes for when I cancelled the Pet Special Friday. I rescheduled it for this Friday. Hi, Em. How are you in Melbourne? I don't know if you've had your vaccine yet, whether you had AstraZeneca or what age group you're in or anything, but we're in the 50 to 59 year age group who have been told, oh no, we can't give you that AstraZeneca either. Now you're going to have to get Pfizer, except if you've had your first shot of Pfizer, of AstraZeneca, sorry, and then you just have to take the second shot of AstraZeneca and you're screwed. It's like, oh my God. So we're not sure what's, yeah. So I don't know if you've been given that little good piece of news. It's left a whole lot of us who have had our first shots who really felt we couldn't wait any longer, it's been a total clusterfudge over here with the vaccines. Honestly, I don't know why they didn't just drop AstraZeneca. I think it was more like, oh, we can say we've got so many people vaccinated, fully vaccinated. Oh, did Champ die? Oh, well, Champ was quite old. Champ, of course, is the Biden's older dog. Oh, blessings. You're waiting for the Pfizer shot. Okay. Well, I'm really glad that you're getting the Pfizer shot. Probably doesn't sound that way. Sorry if it didn't come off that way. No, I am. I'm happy for anyone who's able to get the Pfizer shot to get it. It's just like we're stuck in this limbo of not knowing. We're being told that we should take the second shot of AstraZeneca, but anyway, I'm not going to get into that. It's too personal. I've been trying to bring up the news feed. That's not happening. They do keep changing the rules over here, Jazzy Girl. Every day it's something different. Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. I'm trying to... Yes, I know the camera's on. Claudette batters the Gulf Coast. Oh, wow. Hi, Clarence. Claudette. How much damage is Claudette going to do? I don't know much about what... why won't it open up? That might be it. Free of dialogue boxes. Hi, Helena Harrison. Wilbur Ross. Yeah, that sounds right. Yes. Why? Of course, why won't the Australian government drop AstraZeneca altogether? And they're going, oh, it's not recommended that you mix and match doses. In other words, or have, if you've had a AstraZeneca, have a advise it then. It's not recommended. It's just ridiculous. Yes, Em, I can read on that why they're stuffing it up as they are. Hey, my darling man.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Sherry French. I'm getting really, really. Oh, it's still starting up. Okay. Okay, Dems are trying the reconciliation project. Reconciliation, is that for the Voting Rights Act or the infrastructure bill? What act is that for? Yes, poor champ. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Now, anybody, it's, the amount of people who are killed in hit and runs is terrible. There's an actor from Gone Girl, age 65, she was killed in a hit and run. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, let's get on to it. If you have any questions, please put them in all caps, okay? And we'll make a start on things, huh? If you don't mind, I think I'll start with Em's question about our own government here in Australia and her crazy cat lady Farley. And why don't they just get rid of it, or get rid of AstraZeneca completely? I'm quite sure that after another 3 months or so, it'd be okay for us to have a new vaccine, but like a 6 month mark or something. I can't see why it wouldn't be okay, but yeah, I don't know much about the critical race theory. I've been meaning to go and have a look at that. North Carolina, Mimi Rose. Okay. Claudette, will it hit North Carolina? It's in the Gulf states at the moment, or the Gulf Coast. What's going on? Okay, yeah, Mimi Rose, I've written that down. What's with Trump at the border? What's he doing at the border? Is he on a board? Tour of the border pretending to be president, is he? Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. I got class action went through my mind. They could be afraid of class action suit, because if they ban it and say no, you just can't, not even the second dose, it's like there's going to be a lot of unhappy people. So look, hi Uncle Dan. So why won't Australian government just come out and ban AstraZeneca? Seven of Pentacles, afraid of the consequences, but you know, they assessed it all and they took a calculated risk, and of course they've invested money. It's made here in Australia, so if they just shut it down, that means there's going to be jobs lost, at least for now. Looking at the money they spent in the past, they made a deal. They had a contract and they made a deal, and they're trying to. This is the Lover's card at the present, and that can also be about reaffirmation. So they're trying to look at ways in which they can basically wriggle out of a set contract without losing money. So they're worried about being sued, not just by this, you know, Australian citizens in a class action, but also by AstraZeneca themselves. Hidden influences, manipulation, lies, manifestation is the Two of Pentacles. They're not willing to come out and say, well, you know, there's some level of manipulation of the Australian people there, and they want to keep that hidden. The advice for them, it's all going to come out. It's all going to come out. You can't escape it. What's going to be the outcome? Knight of Wands, investigation. What's the hidden influences here? Eight of Cups. They're worried. People are going to walk away. People are going to walk away. Nine of Cups. So basically, we wanted Pfizer all along, but we were given this interior thing. They made deals. Oh, they're going to need to lawyer up. There's going to be a lot of problems arising out of this. Page of Wands. Going to be whistleblowers. Money, money, money. It all comes down to money too. Eight of Cups too is they're worried about the election next year. People are going to walk away from them over this. So they're trying to, yeah. Seven of Cups. Yeah, they've clouded the issues a lot. Yeah. Hi, Christine Thomas. Thank you very much. I got an email, Christine. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad that you got some good things. So thank you. Hi, D. Ryan. You're in, where are you, in on the East Coast, D? They're determined to stand their ground. Five of Cups, but it's going to cost them. It's going to be lost. And it's all about money, money, money. Deals that they've made, wanting to cover their ass. It's just... You're in Ballina. Oh, I think my mum has an aunt in Ballina who's quite a very old, elderly lady. I think it's Ballina. I could be wrong. It could be Nowra. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful part of the country. The south coast, the central coast, central south coast of New South Wales there. I'm really glad that you feel that way, Christine Thomas. Appreciate it. Is it bootleg serum? No, it's not bootleg serum. They've been making it here in Australia. They set up a plant to make it. They had a plant that they could very easily reconfigure to make it. It's just a lot of investment, a lot of money, and they're worried about getting sued by the company. But I'll tell you what, there could be a class action on Australian people. Northern New South Wales, yeah, I get mixed up. Yeah, now it's the other way, isn't it? Yeah. Now, somebody asked about Claudette, Hurricane Claudette. Oh, it's such a shame. You went to school in Nowra. Okay. Okay. So let's have a look at where's my list. Sorry, guys, can't. We'll have a look at the cyclone first. So I'm going to bring up a map of Claudette. Okay, so Claudette, it weakens to a tropical depression 16 minutes ago, still trenching. Okay, well, that is good news. Okay. It's weakened. I'm going to do Ammon Bundy has just announced. I don't know who Ammon Bundy is, but yeah. Wow, it's a big system. There's going to be, I feel like, okay, so North Carolina, it's a big system and it's dumping a lot of rain. Okay. The latest tracking map is showing that it's going to go inland over Alabama, south, the north of Georgia, and a bit of the western parts of South and North Carolina. Okay, so it's been downgraded to a low, but it's dumping a lot of rain. So let's see. Claudette, 6 of Cups in the past. Seven of Pentacles. People are starting to assess the damage when it was a hurricane, but it's been downgraded now. So there's some assessment starting on it. Now, there's a lot of confusion about this. I mean, some of the earlier maps had it. Oh, yeah, this. It's heading, yeah, the trajectory. But the thing is, those trajectories, you have to be careful with some of them. There seems to be, there was a bit of confusion with it. Quite early in the season for a cyclone. It's still got damage left to do. Embattlement, 10 of Cups, that's homes. Here we've got the Queen of Pentacles, but to me it's because it's just representing water, lots of water. There's lots of cups here, and to me, in this instance, it's just the element of water. King of Swords. Beware if you're, it can still do a lot of damage with water, with flood waters. It's going to be dumping a lot of rain in mountainous areas or in the hills, sorry, of some states, up in the hill country, and rain falls there. It does make its way down. So there could be flash flooding, unexpected flash flooding in areas that don't get directly hit by the low. Because of the amount of rain. Some areas are going to be cut off for a while. I feel like the force of the water in some areas, it might just change the landscape in that area. So there can be a few unexpected problems, and these are high impact. So we've got the Hermit card indicating some areas cut off. We've got the Death card, which doesn't necessarily indicate that people are going to die, but there's going to be some really big irreversible changes. High shower and sight to some areas here from the force of the water, and also there's going to be some areas that it's going to be unexpected. They're not really. They haven't come to light yet, and it might take a few days. So people might think it's over, but then they're going to get hit. So there's really going to be a lot for authorities to do. I don't know how much wind damage it was done with in Texas and places like that where was it Alabama, Louisiana, coastal stuff with winds and all that. But there's going to be a lot of stuff happening. There is some concerns in some areas that it might regenerate once it hits the water off the Carolinas. You can't ever dismiss the possibility of that, but there's some confusion. And I'm just looking at the different maps here, tracking maps of some people have got it going this way, some people have got it going that way. There's, yeah, no wonder people are getting a bit worried. The amount of water and the size of the system is what's going to cause problems, going to cause a lot of flooding. I don't know if anyone, I hope nobody has, there's been no loss of life associated with this. I don't know. I haven't really been keeping an eye on it. Yeah, there's going to be, there could be some areas that are, just wiped away completely. They may have survived for heaps of time, but just some areas that just going to be wiped away completely. But I do get there's going to be a good response, a better, much better response. But as with anything, it does take some time to decide where the most urgent resources are needed and stuff like that. And but it's not going to be anything near as disastrous as Katrina was, the response, or anything, or as inadequate and uncaring as, you know, the Trump's one was. But yeah, there's going to be, so North Carolina could be hit with flash flooding from the rain in the hinterland and things like that. Excellent. Wonder where they're going to put Trump's portrait. I don't think they will hang Trump's. I don't know. I mean, they might. Long-standing tradition, but I had to be careful not to have too much of a scientific hat on there, and rely too much on past experience of cyclones and flooding from hinterlands and all that. I grew up in cyclone country, hurricane country, as you might call it over there. But yeah. Kinds of times. Where in North Carolina is your son, Mimi Rose? Yes, loss of chance. That's very sad. It's the water. That's just so wrong. Thank you, Sharon. So, see me come back. Hi, Sandra Henderson. Hi, Joe G. I think I like the area that he's in. There's going to be some material losses and all that, but they'll be able to resolve, like they've got, yeah, there might be some loss of funds. But things they'll be able to work out and resolve, and, you know, might even give them a chance to clean some stuff out. And Knight of Wands. So Mimi Rose, I don't feel that your son's in any danger. They might get some damage to property and all that, like might have to have insurance adjusters come in and stuff, but they might even have to move out for a little while until there's some damage, but there's nothing that's not going to be able to be repaired if they get any damage. And they'll be okay. So that's about as much as I can. Yeah, the Outer Banks. That's in North or South Carolina? Oh, Christine, you're in Florida, aren't you, Christine? Yeah, it's a huge system. It's a huge system, and there's going to be rain everywhere. Oh, my goodness. Lindsey Graham. Oh, my goodness. And you know what? Most people are thinking about the abolishing the electorate. Lindsey Graham has just handed North Carolina, sorry. Yeah, for 10 years, North Carolina, yeah. I guess because we were talking about Disney and all that. Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be some coastal flooding. There's going to be some areas where, depending on the riverine system, water can do a lot more damage, you know. So, yeah, there might be some evacuations due to flooding, but, yeah. Yeah. Okay, July, will Matt Gaetz be charged in July? Let's have a look. If I haven't said hi Shelby Lisa, hi Kim Kim. If I haven't said hello and you've been on the chat, I haven't seen your name. So hello if I haven't seen it, and hi to everyone who is watching, but not in the chat. Thank you very much. No, I always appreciate it. And hello to everyone else who'll be watching later. Hi, Linda B. Yeah. So, Matt Gaetz. Guys, it's just... Will Matt Gaetz be charged in July? He's definitely going to be embattled. He's definitely going to be embattled. Okay, he's definitely feeling embattled at the moment. Okay, Nine of Wands feels like he's got to build up his defenses. Despite all his trying to look cool with that ridiculous hair and stuff, you can see he's scared. His jaw's very tight. He's got tightness around his eyes when you see pictures of him. Yeah, he's worried. He's scared. What's his challenge? That people are going to talk and betray him, and his challenge is this: how people are going to see him. They're going to see him differently, as you know, abusing his office. And you know what, people are very tolerant, and they'll let their politicians get away with a lot, but there are some lines you don't cross, and once you cross them, it's like a real betrayal. It should be anything that's not doing their job, but more and more people are starting to turn against him in this and tell their stories, and that's a big challenge for him. And it's interesting how it's held over a tower. The knives are suspended, the swords are suspended over a tower. And the white rose, the purity of the white rose. Guidance for him. Queen of Pentacles, gather ye resources. Somebody asked him, reporter asked him if he had sought legal counsel, and he said, no, don't need a lawyer. I haven't done anything wrong. Yeah, well, look at your resources. Look at your legal resources. This is the Queen of Pentacles, card of gathering resources. At the basis of this, gaslighting, lies, gaslighting, and consequences for actions in the past, the Seven of Cups. The outcome of this King of Pentacles. Leadership. I'm reading. Disappointment too. Initiative. Need for honesty. The Nine of Swords, anxiety. He's being told the best thing you can do is front up, tell the truth, but he won't do that. So now he's really, really anxious. What's at the basis? He's been presenting himself as something he's not. That goes with the lies. Prosecution. Yeah, I do think that he might end up being, that he's going to be charged sometime in July. So that's Matt Gaetz. Oh, really? That's going to get, no, that can't, that. DeSantis signs a bill ending vehicle driver liability for hitting protesters. That's not going to stand up. That bill, that's, that bill's going to get challenged. Will that bill stand? Will it get that? The bill that DeSantis just signed about ending vehicle liability for hitting protesters. Who's to say who's protesting or not? It's not going to stand up. It's not going to stand up. Energy protest. Queen of Wands. Exposure. I do feel like the insurance agent, the insurance industry is going to come out big time with this, because one of the things is like, this is a deliberate act, and DeSantis is trying to tell them that it's all right to pay someone for damage to their vehicle for a deliberate act of hitting people, and they're like, no. Yeah, it's going to get thrown out. It's definitely going to get thrown out. The insurance companies are like, hell no. Hell no. For once, they're going to be the good guys. They're going to, it's just, no, it's going to get thrown out. There's no way. They are a powerful lobby, and it's just not going to happen. Is it going to get thrown out? Yeah. This is a bill that endangers life. There's no getting around that. There's nothing, it's nothing about, oh, well, look, there's a possibility that, you know, allowing this to go ahead could put some people's lives at risk and this, that. No, this is a direct danger to people and their lives and their right to protest. And it's not going to stand up. It's going to get thrown out. The insurance company's going to refuse to pay. They'll end up in court. And they're like, you know, if we, you know, reimburse this guy for the damages to his truck and a deliberate act to mow down protesters, we're endorsing murder, you know. Just got pushed out, forced out. I was just thinking about DeSantis. He's doing increasingly bizarre and crazy things. He thinks he is untouchable. What's wrong with DeSantis? Yeah, I saw that. Lindsey Graham, if we lose in 2022, they're going to abolish the Electoral College and make DC and Puerto Rico states. Most of the country would like to see DC and Puerto Rico made states. Republicans don't want them to be made states because there's a good chance that there'd be four Democratic senators before new Democratic senators before you could blink. Let's see. Ron DeSantis. Is he going to be recalled? How does one go about recalling a governor? I know they tried to recall Gavin Newsom. Is Ron DeSantis going to be recalled? Yes and no. He is increasingly isolating people in his state. Hi, Nancy Lee. He thinks he's got everybody is really happy with what he's doing, but they're not. Oh my goodness, hang on for a moment, guys. I just remembered I put some aspirin in a glass earlier and I didn't drink it, so it's sitting there. I better go and grab it because if Missy drinks out of that, it could hurt her. Okay? Aspirin is very dangerous for cats and dogs. Okay? So. Sorry, guys, you know what I'm like, a bit chaotic. I forgot my knees are a bit sore and I went to have some aspirin earlier and forgot about it. But yeah, aspirin, and especially little cats and dogs too, I suppose, but cats especially, it's really, it's horrible what it can do to them. So, yep. Now, yeah, he's isolating people. He is isolating people. He doesn't even know he's doing it. He thinks he's all that and a box of crackers. Is he going to be recalled? Oh, people are getting... He's got a challenge in that people are getting increasingly just sick to death of this. What's he done now? What's he done now? Getting a bit tired of it. And I'm getting just a feeling of more and more people thinking he's making the people in Florida look like a bunch of intolerant redneck hicks who hate anybody. Who isn't like white, white and male, if you're not, and that's not true. My understanding of Florida is it's quite a diverse community, a lot more diverse than you would think. But that's not how it's being painted. He had got, oh, there's going to be something coming up that's going to haunt him. Be prepared for some action from the past to come back and bite him on the butt as well. Or something's going to come back and bite him on the butt. Focus, death, change. Oh, my goodness. This is at the base of this, the focus of this reading is he going to be recalled? And someone died with this latest attack. Someone died. He's not letting them off the legal hook, but he's letting them off insurance-wise. It's, yeah, this is a bit a bridge too far, I suppose you'd say. Sorry, Christina, I got your state you live in mixed up. I associate you with Florida because of Disney, you know. So, yeah. Is he going to be recalled? Well, I'll tell you what. The outcome for that, the potential outcome for that question is the Magician. I don't know what happens when somebody is recalled, but the big impact, this is a big impact event. It's this person flying into a crowd of gay people, killing one of them, and then him signing this bad joke of a legislation. There's discussion happening. There's discussion happening. Yeah. There's discussion happening. What's on the bottom here? Oh, mistake after mistake after mistake. Andrew Gilliam was the person who was running against him, the Democrat, wasn't it? Back in 2018. You know, mistake after mistake. Ooh, there's going to be a lot of money put into this. There's going to be a lot of money put into this. It's at least being explored. Getting to work on it. Thank you, sweetheart. Hey, you want to watch the football with me later?
Yeah, be good.
Yeah. Details, working. Somebody with a lot of money or a group with a lot of money is looking at it and looking at it details. This is real irrevocable, unavoidable and irrevocable change ahead for DeSantis. I mean, that bill that he signed is akin to advocating murder. And you can't do that. I did a reading on Thursday on gerrymandering. Walking away, people walking away. They're sick of it. They're sick of him. What's the outcome here? I've got Magician for is he going to be recalled and the Empress, yes. Don't be surprised if this band gets recalled. I don't know what happens in the recall process and everything. Can I have some cream with that, puppy?
Yeah, of course.
Galaxies without dark matter. Wow. I have got a tomorrow night my time, 8:30 my time tomorrow night, which is 8:30 in the morning East Coast time and stuff. I have got Monday Mysteries scheduled to do. So Voting Rights Act, will it get put through by, what's the word, sorry guys, reconciliation. Hi Eunice Ruffin. Thanks so much, sweetheart. Just put it here. Could you take my Beatles mug?
There you go.
My Beatles mug.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not one for the share pot.
We'll have to go and get football treats later.
No, we won't.
Oh, God, this State of Origin.
It's not State of Origin, that's next week. This is just a football match.
Oh, that's good enough. Better get more later.
Oh.
Happy thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look at the Voting Rights Act. Will it be passed via reconciliation, or is it the John Lewis Act? Yeah, the Australian vaccine rollout in deep trouble. You think? Voting Rights Act. Is it the John Lewis one or the For the People Act? Can somebody just clarify that for me, please? Yeah, the Catholic Church in Rome are threatening to ban Joe Biden from receiving communion because he supports a woman's rights to choose. How disgusting is that? I mean, oh, Shelby, Lisa, that's very, very sweet of you. Yeah. Voting rights. Well, the voting. I still need to know which Voting Rights Act is being considered for reconciliation. Oh, my Boys the Dragons one. Yay. Gee, don't worry about that. Yeah, thank you for being polite. I used to let rip a bit sometimes, and I was, even though, apparently some grandkids like watching me and stuff like that. Some little kids like watching me, even though it's stated it's not for 18 and under, but then it's like, well, yeah. So I appreciate it if you try to rein in your language. Voting Rights Act. Oh, narrowly missing. Oh God, almost hit a congresswoman. Yeah, that's going to make it easier for him. Hi. Which bill? But that's the For the People Act or the John Lewis Act. The For the People Act. Will it get through on reconciliation? Will the Voting Rights Act, will the For the People Act get through? Yes, she was. Yeah, was Congresswoman Wasserman the target? I'll have a look at that. Sorry for the delay between one reading and another. I was waiting for some information. Got 7 of Cups. There's still a few things to work through. It's due to come up on Tuesday your time. Lots of maybes here. Maybe. Yes. No. No. You know, I think it might make it through, but it's, yeah, it will be a very close run thing, but I think it might make it through. Strength and a high impact. The World, resolution, 8 of, very quickly. Yeah, I think it might make it, but it's going to be, I'm not quite sure how reconciliation works, but it. Hi, Sandra Henderson. Hi, J Cat Lady. Wow. So a lot of readers have been saying with certainty, yes, it'll get through. I think it very good chance of getting through. But it's still going to be a tentacles type thing. It's going to, I don't know how long they can debate these things, but I know it can't go through without a filibuster because of the 60 vote threshold. But I think they'll overcome the filibuster in that one. I don't know how filibusters even work nowadays. Trump at the border, what is all that about? Well, that's all about him trying to up his visibility. He's not getting the people, the numbers at his rallies. You know, was Debbie Wasserman a target in this hit and run at the Gay Pride Parade? I get the person saw her, and unfortunately she was sort of like was seething anyway, and then he saw her, and seeing her was the trigger sort of thing. So in a way, yes, she was. Conflict. Yeah, the aim was to hurt her, and if he took out a few whatever words he used to describe people, I've got a few words bouncing around my head and I don't like that. Barely contained rage, this person, and he saw her and it's just like, that's it. Oh, but I also got a quid pro quo card here. And causing conflict. I mean, I think that person was going to cause trouble anyway, but definitely going to end up in jail. Definitely going to end up in jail. Deals. I think that person was paid to be there and cause trouble. What wasn't anticipated was that he'd plough the car into these people. We saw Debbie Wasserman, and yeah. The way in which it was done was not expected, but he was there to cause trouble anyway, maybe even paid to do so. Not paid to go in and kill people, but go in and cause trouble and, you know. Yep, I got the 3 of Pentacle cards too, Christine, which is good work. I also got the quid pro quo. So he was definitely there with an agenda and had been paid to be there. I also get a loss of control on his part, where wasn't supposed to kill anyone, but he did. But yeah, definitely resources were given to him. There will be consequences for his actions. He's going to end up in jail. And I think it might even come out. Just review the cards. That is he going to this investigation? Tipping point. Got the 2 of Swords, a tipping point there to paid to create trouble. Consequences in jail. Yeah, very quickly. There's a celebration. It's a tipping point. He was paid to create trouble and cause problems, but not like this. Yeah, because he's going to face jail. He's going to go to jail. He might spill the beans. The only reason a Trump person would be at, a person like that would be at that parade is if they intended to cause trouble. I mean, yes, some might be there to protest, but hell, that parade's been held for ages, Hi, Deborah Costro. Trump at the border. Why is Trump at the border? Cause trouble, of course. If you want a reading, you can email me at footprinttarot@gmail.com, and I can send you details. Guides of the heart, strength and compassion. Cause trouble. It's caused trouble, caused distress. But he's repeating the same thing over and over. People are getting tired of hearing, they stole it from me, they stole it from me. They're starting to want to hear, how am I going to solve your problems? So he's repeating the same playbook over and over and over again, trying to appear presidential, but he's just coming off of whiny. Notice that everything about any rallies he has gone to, or rallies in support of him, they've been getting much less numbers than they anticipated. I'm just not sure which way to go. He's in a repeat pattern. he should be restraining himself with all this talk, but he's not. He should be showing restraint, but he's not. Three of Cups in the future support. Future support. There's three here. But it's like what he's sort of viewed as a base of never-ending support is actually starting to run dry. The picture here represents that these cups forever flow support into the other one, and it overflows and just spreads out. That's not happening. I feel like these cups are almost empty. Repeating that playbook over and over and over again. It's been a mistake, and he should be showing restraint now, but he's not. Eight of Pentacles. He's not seeing the signs. He's so focused on what he wants, he's not seeing the signs. That's one of the aspects of the Eight of Cups, Eight of Pentacles for me often, is that notice around this guy there's mice coming up and eating things. There is cobwebs forming. There's a storm brewing in the background. It's getting darker and darker. And he's just not noticing any of it. He's so focused on what he wants that he's ignoring all the danger signals. Justice. There's justice in his future. But this is on, the Justice card is on top of that Three of Cups, which I'm reading as losing support. Three of Pentacles, group talking groups, dirty money, trying to get money. Ace of Cups, blocked creativity, blockages. This is an interesting cup. This is an interesting Ace of Cups, because you've got things hidden on the moon there. It's dark, but it's getting lighter and lighter, and then lighter and lighter, and more of it's being highlighted until the whole moon is being shown. The whole story's, he's trying to buck up support because things are going to come out. And the whole story's going to come out. And he feels like the border areas is where he can do that. Stand his ground and set new boundaries. But no, things are going to come out. Things are going to come to light in the future. And he can't stop it. Why he's doing things is, you know, he's just there to repeat past mistakes, repeat the old stories from before, the old war stories that people just don't want to hear anymore. Oh, thank you, Christine. Thank you, Christine Thomas, for saying that. I'm really pleased that you were happy with the reading. And yeah. Unfortunately, that's true in a way, is that he's not actively sending them out to do these things, but his rhetoric is encouraging them to, because they believe what he tells them. Yes, that's not going to stand up, that bill, Shelby, Lisa. That's going to get turfed out because it just, no, it's, you can't sign into law a bill that is basically advocating murder. For people exercising their right. Yeah.
Cameo there?
Yeah, there she is.
Have you got a candle going? Have you?
Yeah. She's
Not going to
yeah,
get any
no, she
closer.
doesn't. Yeah, she'll hop on the desk and she'll see the candles now, and it's like, no, I'll go sit over there.
She's sitting with you at a distance.
Yeah.
Oh, cameo.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed a bill that says people who drive into crowds of protesters and hit them, injure them, kill them, can't be held liable.
Oh. Okay, that's pretty disgusting.
Yeah, that is pretty disgusting.
Well,
It's not going to last. It's going to get turfed out completely.
I'll tell you something else.
In this case, I think the insurance companies are going to be the good guys.
Chris,
Mm.
800,000 Australians have received the AstraZeneca dose.
Yeah.
But they've only received one dose.
Yeah.
So I don't go to the government's chances of those people showing up for a second dose.
Yeah, I've done a reading on that today.
Yeah.
Why they if you want to know why they're doing it, you'll just have to go and watch. I'm cruel. Won't even tell my hubby what I.
When are you wrapping up, sweetie? 11 or 12?
Yeah, somewhere in that range. Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm arresting your broadcast.
No, it's okay. They love hearing your voice. I love hearing your voice. It's a very sexy voice.
Okay.
Apparently, when you talk to me, I blush.
Okay. Oh. Oh,
He's all mine. He's all mine. Ah,
get away from me, girl. It's mine.
that doesn't mean that doesn't mean we don't get cranky with each other.
We wouldn't 24/7. Anybody would. We're doing all right.
But yeah. He knocked on my office door at the uni, walked in, and as my friend at the time who shared the office with me at the time said, he looked at you and you looked at him, and I was completely forgotten. It was a long time ago, but I can still see it really clearly. He reckons that's not the way he remembers it, but yeah. Oh, we're both adorable. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you. Thank you. Very kind. Let's see.
Okay, I've run out of questions. New questions, guys. Come on. Feed me some questions. Oh, I think Whitby's got a question for me. What do you think, James? I said, feed me some questions, and he starts barking.
No, that's out.
In Florida, there is no registry of people who are diagnosed with mental health, so they can all buy guns. Keeping a registry of people who are diagnosed with mental health problems is it's problematic. Because of, you know, privacy issues with medical records. Uganda Olympic athlete arriving in Tokyo test positive for coronavirus. Yeah, that's. Oh, I already answered that question, Joji. It was like she wasn't. It was like it was just, the person was paid to go there and cause trouble. Just lost it when he saw her, I think, and so when he took off into the crowd, yeah, he was running for her, but he was also there for another reason, to cause trouble. Oh, it'll all come out. I had the Three of Pentacles, which is groups, and I also had the Six of Pentacles, which is a deal, quid pro quo. You do this for me, I'll do this for you, sort of thing. But also involve money as well. So with the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, it's more like money. Hi, Bright Opal Tarot. Hello from Quebec City. Hello. Yeah. Cause trouble. Yeah. Okay. Oh, good night, J Cat Lady. The British government has delayed the end of all restrictions by a month. They were going to end them on this coming Monday or tomorrow on the 21st of June, but they've been delayed for another month. It's very nice to see a new person there, Bright Opal. I hope you enjoy and like what you see. I always appreciate new people coming and joining and checking me out, whether they decide to stay or not, or subscribe or not. I always appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, how are the people of Britain receiving this news? Time for comedy and sleep. Yeah, can get a bit chaotic here. So how are the people of Britain feeling? Okay. Oh, they're upset. They just want to scream and yell and protest and cause, understandably. Okay, so this is the desire is to get out there and scream, and yeah, I'm doing a psychological spread here. Okay, so the first card is the desires at the moment is to get out there and just let off some steam. They really want to. They're quite angry about it, even though they most of them believed that it wasn't going to be ready. It was like yeah, it's like they want to set 1,000 chihuahuas nipping at the ankles and biting the ankles of every member of parliament. Oh, thank you, Bright Opal. Thank you for subscribing. The feelings, they want steady leadership and they don't feel like they're getting it. Okay, they feel like they're being pushed around. Yes, Christine Thomas's Alfie, Doggy and Whitby met last night, face to face sort of thing. So they really feel let down by the leadership, and quite a lot of anger. Like, you know, we put you there. You should be listening to our wants and our needs, and you're not. You know, we put your party in power, and your party's not letting us go. So it's like very very fiery anger amongst the people of Britain at the moment. Anxiety is that they're never going to be able, they're feeling smothered at the moment. One of the aspects of the Queen of Cups is, again, if it's reversed, it's like it can be smothering. So they're feeling smothered. They were looking forward to the end of the last lots of, you know, the last few restrictions, but now it's like they're being shoved back in and feeling smothered, and it's causing anxiety, and it's like this brewing storm of anxiety. And it's, some people have just barely made it to where they're going, to the 21st or to today, and now they've got another month in which they have to, you know, reel things back in. And yeah, thank you, D. Ryan. So they're really, this smothering is not helping the anxiety. In fact, it's increased anxiety a bit. Is it ever going to end? We thought it was, the worst of it was done, but now it's not. And is it ever going to end? And that's causing more anxiety. Fourth card, the disappointment. Oh yeah, they're feeling betrayed, disappointed and betrayed, and a lot of people are feeling heartbroken, because a lot of people were also, oh my God, we can get together in those larger crowds and we can see people we haven't seen in over a year, and family members who are further away, and they're feeling betrayed and heartbroken. Guidance for the British people. That balance will come. There's unfortunately a need for patience. And a need for restraint. That balance has been tampered down a little bit. The feeling of the harmony of being able to get together with people again is being taken away, but it will happen. The guidance is just going to need, you are going to need patience, unfortunately, which probably drives the people of Britain absolutely bananas. It's like us here in Australia being told we have to be patient with all the news of vaccines and this and that. It drives us bananas. The outcome, Two of Cups, meetings and relationships. It's going to put some stresses on relationships. Unfortunately, for some who might have been able to be saved if the lockdown had ended, you know, if those last restrictions had ended, and they did, this is just the end. They can't stop anymore. So there's going to be some relationships that could have been saved that aren't. There's going to be a real need for strength. I don't see any more delays. So I do see it ending on the 20th. You know, I do see those final restrictions being lifted on the 21st. At this stage, I don't see any more delays. There's no hangman. There's no, I mean, I don't have reversals in this deck, but there have been a couple, and this is one. There's going to be some relationships that are just, this is just too much, and they can't do it. Even waiting one more month, it can't do it. There could have been, it could have saved it, but whether it's family relationships, like, or personal, you know, partners, marriages, whatever, there's going to be some that have barely survived, and this is just going to be stuck between the gas pedal and the brake. No, that's a lie. That is gas pedal, and that is the old, oh, that's why I ran up the arse of your car reason. That's a lie. Okay, but they will end. But it's going to... But some families are going to be changed irrevocably, unfortunately. Things happen too slowly. We've got the turtle here and the mouse, which can often be seen as a thief. There are going to be other relationships that will be able to be reaffirmed. So, yeah. Oh, Dee Ryan, how old are you? I know over here 50 to 59-year-olds will be able to access AstraZeneca from Friday or make appointments. I'm in Western Australia. I just was looking at the Florida update with that driver, and the word footage just went flash sort of in front of my eye. There's footage. Yeah, I think you have to wait for a little bit yet. Yeah. And 65, you're in the age group where they're still saying you can have AstraZeneca. No, you can't have AstraZeneca. Obviously. Yeah. Yep, they need to stop it here. But they've painted themselves into a corner. Okay, yeah, then listen to your doctor. And because you were advised against it, you should be able to get Pfizer. Yeah, at least at this stage, just ridiculous, isn't it? Hi, Fern Robin Blank. Who's got a question? Anyone got a question? I got the news feed here, but anyone got a question? Oh, McCormack. Nationals leadership spill. Oh, okay. Just a coalition, yeah. Mm. Oh, yeah, Italy's banned AstraZeneca. Yeah, it's just never was a good enough. Senator Ron Johnson was booed at an event commemorating the day. Why did he bother showing up for the event commemorating Juneteenth if he stored the passing of it? Ron Johnson, oh my God. Oh, that's just ridiculous. He tries to store the passing of it and opposes it, and then he goes and he turns up at an event. Yeah. Well, yeah. Certainly, yep. Like I said, she wasn't. It was like caused trouble. And when he saw her, it was like, yeah, that's how I'm going to cause the trouble, and targeted her. So, yeah. So, more questions, guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shelby, Lisa. Yeah, I don't know. No, that's... Will Scotland vote for independence from England this time? That's a no. There's some big changes coming up for Scotland. So we've got the Tower, then we've got the Knight of Chaos in this instance, the Knight of Swords, then we've got the woman, the protective mother figure, Nicola Sturgis, I think this is, who's the Scottish leader. Strength. Changes that lead to strength. Changes that are going to lead to more strength. Victory. Inevitability. The Empress. Yes, it could. Yeah, it could lead to it. Wake up. It wasn't defeated by very much. There was something dodgy happened with the vote last time. May have been some interference with that. I do think that eventually Scotland is going to leave the UK. There's still quite a few major arcana card here. In fact, out of the 9 cards I drew, 5 were major arcana. So that still indicates a longer term of time before, rather than a shorter term. Hi, Sweet Pea. Yeah, so it's still some time away, but I do feel it's going to happen. There's an inevitability about it. I think Wales is going to do it too. I just got Wales go through my head. Is Wales eventually going to leave as well? Wales eventually going to leave the UK as well. Let's have a look at that. Will Wales eventually leave the UK as well? So that would just leave Northern Ireland and England. Their ties to England are a lot stronger. And they might have in terms of security, both financial and I mean, they might, but it's certainly very uncertain there with if they would, if Wales would leave as well. No. Yeah. They have a lot, their ties to England are a lot stronger. Yeah, their ties are a bit stronger. And also, yeah, it's very doubtful that Wales would do that. Will Barnaby Joyce be successful in reclaiming the position of, okay, Barnaby Joyce was the leader of the National Party. Now, even though they say that the Liberal Party is in charge, it's actually a coalition of the Liberal Party and the National Party. They joined forces years and years ago. So there are two leaders. Generally, the leader of the National Party is generally made Deputy Prime Minister, but not all the time. Barnaby Joyce is looking to replace the current dude. Well, there's rumours of that. What's the dude's name again? I actually had it up here earlier. Starts with an M. McCormack. Hi, NH. Let's see. Will Barnaby Joyce regain leadership of the National Party in Australia? Good night, Christine. He's got a lot of major arcana on his side. He's got the World, the Star, and the Magician, which means he has everything in place to make a move. He's got the Five of Wands, which is conflict, argy-bargy, as Lena calls it, Lena Rodriguez calls it. And, you know, that isn't a... Oh, my goodness. Oh, you guys disappeared off the screen. I looked up and there was nothing on the screen. I'm like, oh, my God, what's happened? He's certainly hopeful of making a comeback, of making a comeback, I think. He had to leave because of the scandal of him, you know, having a baby with the assistant or something. Certainly very hopeful, but there still are some hidden icebergs that he would have to avoid for it to happen. But yeah, there's a possibility he will regain the leadership of the National Party. Yeah. Will Australia have a new government after the next federal election? Will Labor win the next federal election? We'll read that. Or will Labor be able to form a government after the next federal election? Yep, I'm still here, Em. Minor celebration. Yes, still got a big no with the moon. We've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is sitting pretty. That could mean the government. But there's the government think it's sitting pretty, but there's the moon, hidden obstacles and things coming to light. Then there's minor celebration. Then we've got the Empress. Now, as far as yes, no cards, we've got 3 yeses and a no so far. The 8 of Pentacles, working on it and working on it. They've got to be aware, careful that they don't get so focused on it that they stop looking at warning signs. We've got a no card here with the 4 of Pentacles, which could indicate Liberal and Nationals just hanging in there. But the Empress is a big yes. The Wheel of Fortune, a big yes there. Change inevitably needed. Queen of Cups, regaining a balance. And that's a yes card. And Temperance, again, that's regaining a balance. Yeah, look, I feel we could have a new government after the next federal election. They will get the balance of power. Yeah, retirement and withdrawal and retirement. Better communication, quicker communication, more investigation. Yeah, we could have a new Labor government after the next election. That would be sweet. Yeah. The LNP, for all you guys in America, is the Liberal National Party, or the coalition as it's called here. People often think it's just the Liberal Party. No, it's a coalition of 2 parties. I think the Liberal Party's bad. The National Party can be even more right-wing. Some of them. So, yeah. Let's hope that that comes to fruition. But of course, July, I think, we have to have an election by July next year. That is still a long way away. So, up to a year away yet. No problem, Dee. No problem. Looking at the news feed, but anyone got any questions? Victoria's Secret's feminist rebrand is as flimsy as a polyester. Oh. Come on, Victoria's Secret is a lingerie company. as girly as it can get. I mean, honestly. They show off their lingerie using models. That's what they do. It's just, honestly, it's Victoria's Secret. Will Trudeau have to face a vote of no confidence and have to dissolve the Canadian government for new elections? Okay, that's come up again, has it? Okay, well, let's have a look. Trudeau. Let's have a look at the deck. And I'll use the oopsie daisy. Let's just come up again. I've read on this before, but it seems to pop up, seems to settle down a bit and then pop up again. So this is going to be interesting. So Bright Opal Tarot has asked if Justin Trudeau is going to face another vote of no confidence or face a vote of no confidence and have to dissolve the Canadian government for new elections. Your elections weren't that long ago, were they? What's wrong, baby girl? Can't you get into daddy? You leave him alone, sweetheart. Yeah. Will Trudeau face a vote of no confidence and have to dissolve the government? Wheel of Fortune. It's a yes. Ace of Cups is a yes. Seven of Pentacles is a maybe. It's an assessment card. It is also one of those what I call consequences cards. Wheel of Fortune. Things change. Governments change. It is an inevitable act. There's because of course, elections and all that. But this is more than just a scheduled election. You're asking if there might have to be a early election because of the dissolution of government, and that could be a possibility. Ace of Cups is a yes. It's also about overflowing. I've got distrust coming out of here, like the water here should be stained. There's a feeling of overflowing distrust that's growing. Queen of Pentacles. Looking at resources to stay. Agendas. Now again, we've got another couple of so we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and then we've got a major arcana, which is the High Priestess. Strategies. There's a feeling of, but an aspect of the High Priestess is unwise use, unwise decisions, wasted resources. The Hierophant. To me, the Hierophant is processes that are in place. There are processes that you can use to achieve things, and this is one of them. So some processes may take place. Six of Pentacles, quid pro quo here. Deals, people making deals. I've got the King of Swords here on top of the cup, the overflowing cup of distrust and unwise use of resources. Investigations might even end up as prosecution here. Now, the Six of Pentacles is on top of looking at resources, gathering their resources, and in this case, I'd say resources are votes, making deals for that to happen, and then on top of the Seven of Pentacles and the Hierophant, consequences. That there are processes that can be put into play for consequences to happen, leading to a new balance and a new way of doing things. Don't stress, Shelby Letha, about if you're going a little bit crass. Don't stress too much on it. Things have been shaky for Trudeau for a while. Yeah, it's definitely a feeling that he has not always acted in the best interest of the country and the government. The betrayal there, that's on top of the deals and the discussion. There's been, of course, stories associated with pharmaceutical companies and other things. On top of the prosecution and the unwise use, there's trying to evade consequences of actions, which is what, I think people often forget with the Seven of Swords. It's like the person is actually trying to sneak away as well. So they're trying to evade consequences of their actions. Then we've got the King of Pentacles. A need for steady, firm leadership, stability, economic stability. Okay. There is every chance he might face a vote of no confidence and have to dissolve the government. That is a real possibility. If that does happen, there will be new people in place. They won't. That his party won't win the election, or if there's a new leader in place, his party might win, but there will be a new leader in place regardless. There would be a real primaries. I feel like if that does happen, it's also going to be an opportunity to clear decks in both parties of maybe not the best candidates. So what will emerge out of it is a much more balanced government on both sides. Going to be an opportunity to clear out some extremes on both sides. Much better, more balanced leadership with much more stability in leadership is what will emerge. So there you go, Bright Opal. Scott Morrison. No, I don't need a particular issue to do a reading on Scott Morrison. I can do a general reading on him. Well, let's hope I'm right, bright Opal. Canada has got some issues. I've got nothing against Justin Trudeau. He's a bit of a honey. He's done some things right, but he has also gotten some things wrong. And of late, he's trending more towards the wrong for some reason. Scott Morrison, okay. Okay, Scott Morrison. What is happening with Scott Morrison? Okay. I'll do a cross on him. Whoa! People aren't happy with him. And a lot of this has to do with the vaccine, the AstraZeneca. They feel like the choices they're being given are just no choice, basically. Their choices have been taken away. They've been told, people are really getting, there's a growing anger and there's a growing dissatisfaction. This should never have happened. AstraZeneca should have been banned months ago when it first came up. Myself and my hubby, we're stuck in limbo. We don't know what's going to happen with us. Yes, sometimes balanced government is an oxymoron, yes. No choices. There's an upwelling of anger about, and we're just sick of it. Sick of it. And a lot of that is being aimed at him. No choice. The challenge for him is, there's some stuff that's going to come out and it's not going to be good for him. The basis of this reading, Knight of Cups. What he offered us was never going to work. It was never going to work. He got us through the start of this pandemic and did a lot of good things, and we continued to trust him. But that was easy to do. Shut down borders, you know, set this in place, set that in place. That was easy to do. The vaccine rollout, he totally stuffed it. And it's proven that that show of strength that he showed at the first was just, that was easy to do. Protecting Australians into the future, no. He was never strong enough to do that. Oh, he got what he wanted. He got what he wanted. Yay! People praising him. And yes, we were happy with and he was happy with getting in a vaccine. Oh, yes. But the warning signs were there early on and he didn't drop it then. Kept pushing. And kept saying, it's coming, we'll be okay. But it kept getting pushed back. But honestly, he got what he wanted to appear strong. And he's a greedy merchant. You see, this will solve all your problems. But it creates more. You know what I'm saying? With the beers, wine. Beer, you know, the best ales, wines and spirits, they'll solve all your problems. I've got what will make all your problems disappear, and it doesn't, of course. He is starting to feel the backlash from that. At the present, he's starting to feel increasingly out in the cold and the pressure, the displeasure of people. The age groups getting pushed back. No age group should have had to have this pushed on them and their choices taken away. Yes, it is about money, Shelby Lisa, which came out a little bit earlier in the reading I did earlier as to why they're not stopping it. His near future, conflict debate. He's in fact, this could trigger an early election. Conflict and debate, real conflict. Page of Wands. Attitude is, you know, I'm just a messenger boy for the health people. I'm just a messenger boy. No. He could have overridden their advice and said, look, no, we're not going to take their chance. I'm just the messenger boy. That's his attitude. And he thinks that that's going to help him. What do other people see? They see someone who's let the country down, abused their position. He got Pfizer. All the cabinet got Pfizer. And there's people are starting to turn their back on him. You know? People are, you can see like this person in the background, they're going to put that sword into the coffin. Why don't you just stab us one more time, you know? His hopes and fears. He hopes he can continue to gaslight people, but fears that that's not happening. No, we're not falling for it anymore. Oh, yeah, money was around it, definitely. What's going to be the outcome, final outcome for Scott Morrison? Ah, no. No. We've got the sun. Sunshine, lollipops and rainbows. Let's see. I generally do more than one. But that could also mean exposure. Let's see what comes up next. Oh, exposure leading to a highlight, something highlighted, leading to a long dark night of the sword. I do generally have 4 outcome cards, so I shouldn't have panicked too much. King of Wands. Long dark night of the soul was referred to his leadership. Ooh. A change. Unavoidable and irreversible change with regard to his leadership exposure. Okay, yeah. So the 4 outcome cards are the Sun, 10 of Swords, that's also indicating the end of a cycle. Leadership. Now, in the traditional right away with the King of Wands, there's a little lizard, which can indicate renewal or regrowth or replacement. Here I've got the clock on the bottom, and to me it's like time is running out on his leadership. 10 of Swords, death. Could be an early election triggered. Is there going to be an early election? Is there going to be an early election in Australia? Let's have a look at that. Thank you, guys. I saw that Knight of Cups, and I was just like, could there be an early election? Now, I'm going to take a couple of minutes to just take a few deep breaths. Guides of the highest truth and compassion. I'm, of course, very riled up about this. Yes, just got very riled up. So I'm just trying to calm down and get back to a level playing field and objectivity and regrounding. I wonder if, Bright Opal, are you there? Yeah, I'm wondering if you could do me a favour, if you would like to grab a deck of cards in a couple of minutes. You do a reading, you're on the do a similar reading like I did, and I'll do it here. Could there be an early election triggered in Australia due to no confidence in the government? Could you do that for me? I'd really appreciate it. And that way it gives me, I'm grounding myself. So could an early election be triggered over the vaccines? So that way it gives someone who's a bit removed from it and gives me time. Thank you. Okay. Cards of the highest truth and compassion. Thank you for helping me find a level playing field. And thank you for helping me gaining clarity, insight, and objectivity into the question of whether or not there could be an early election triggered in Australia. Page of Pentacles, the Death card, which is indicative of change, the Emperor, news, disruption. The Page of Pentacles can be about disruption as well. So disruption. We've got the Death card here, which is about change. Technically it's a no card, but it's also a card of change, inevitable. Now, it's interesting that the Death card showed up in Scott Morrison's general reading as his outcome. Now, we've got the Emperor, which is a maybe card, but it's also leadership, stability, laws, and again about processes. Okay, Ace of Pentacles, opportunity. What's wrong, Bubba girl? Where are you, sweetheart? Juggling, manipulation, uncertainty, deals, weighing the options. Nine of Cards, yes. Seven of Cups, confusion. King of Pentacles. If we would go strictly yes, no, there's only one no card. Much more maybes and balances into the yes. And I'd say that this is about a change. There are very good indications here for a possible early election triggered. Bright Opal, what were you able to get there? Fix his car. I've got, yes, there's a possibility that this vaccine rollout business could trigger an early election. Voted no confidence in the government. Straight yes. First card was a straight yes. Yes, no spread. Yep. Whew. I am feeling better, just taking those few minutes to, yeah. Sooner than we think. with the Chariot indicating a new direction moving ahead. Wow. I think there's a lot of building anger. Yes, Emperor and Ace of Swords face a sort of truth which will, yeah. Emperor Ace Sword, yep. Well, thank you so much. Bright Opal for that. Yep. Two of Swords. There's going to be a tipping point with Two of Swords. Oh, a Bright Opal, thank you very much for that. I felt the need of a backup from somewhere else that's not so invested in it. In the Nine of Swords, and yeah, Four of Swords, number 2. There's a lot more yes. But yeah, hi Renee. Make a decision, yeah, and choose a path. Two of Swords, Four of Swords, yeah. Four of Swords is a maybe too. Yeah, oh, Bright Opal, thank you so much. Nine of Swords and Five of Pentacles in the no position, yeah. But that's also out in the cold, anxiety of putting someone out in the cold. Oh, thank you. All these new elections, with these new elections. Bright Opal, thank you very much for helping me with this. I really appreciate it. Please do email me. I'd like to get together and have a chat. They are in the no positions as if reversed. Yeah, oh really? Well, that's, yeah, they're reversed. Yeah, yes, thank you. Yeah, that'll be interesting. So we'll wait and see what we can do, what happens there. So, whew. Nobody wants to, you know, everyone, it's natural to you want to believe that your government has your best interest at heart. Even when it's obvious that there's a good possibility that they just don't, you know. So, hey, babe, what would you say if an early election was triggered?
You still broadcasting, babe?
Yeah, I am.
Anything could happen. You still broadcasting?
Yeah, I did a reading on it, and a lovely Bright Opal Tarot over in Canada I asked her to do a reading on it as well, but yeah, it's a good possibility, and in your government, so we'll see.
I can see a lot of people not wanting their second dose of that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, it's heading on to 3 hours, so we'll wrap it up in about 10 minutes or so. Any last minute questions? You have a feeling we would have been talking more about Australia in the past couple of years had it not been for Trump? Really? Yeah, I do feel that people tend to underestimate Australia. And I've said it before, the geographer part of me comes out, and, you know, with this geopolitical powers, there's several classes. There's local, there's regional, there is hemispherical, and then there is global. There's only 2 global geopolitical powers, and that is Russia and not Russia, China and America. There's a few hemispherical geopolitical powers in the northern hemisphere. Russia is not one of them. Russia is only classed as a regional. In the southern hemisphere, there is only one hemispherical geopolitical power, and that is Australia. There's often a saying that I've heard quite often, it's where Australia goes, many follow. So the influence that we have, people, you know, some people might say, oh, we don't have any influence in what happens. We do, simply because of where we're positioned. Yeah. New president. Iran has a new president, do they? Oh, wow. I knew there was elections happening. Iranian elections. Harden Race will become president. Hardliner. Was he in opposition or? The 13th presidential election in Iran since (1979). Who was he? Who was the incumbent? Was Raisi the incumbent, or was Rezai? I don't know. Yeah. Lowest turnout. So Rubani won back in 2017. Okay. So the MDP was in charge. And now the CCA are in charge. Okay. Will this be better for Iran? Will this election result be better for Iran? He is a hardliner, but that's not necessarily always a bad thing. I've got three. I've got a maybe and two yeses. So I've got the Emperor, the Magician, and the Empress. Stability. I get stability. I also get manifestation. Now that was a huge, he got 62% of the vote, but only 48% of eligible voters voted. It's not mandatory in Iran, but apparently they put a stamp on your birth certificate if you voted or not. The Empress. Now I asked, is this a good thing for Iran? And it's come out pretty much yes. The Empress, protection, best interest. A mother generally has the best interest at heart. This minor celebration. They have everything they need towards establishing a more autonomy for themselves. There is going to, looking at the best interest of the nation, there's going to be some changes that will happen, that will be inevitable simply because it's a new party. But they're going to face a few battles on a couple of things.
That's a big fuss.
And they've got some global strategies to look out to expanding deals and everything, and looking at making deals for people and building up defences, but not in a way that can cause explosive things. So, you know, this person is in an environment that could be a bit of a pressure cooking environment with regard to building up defences. I think they're looking to change that pressure cooker environment.
Come on. Good boy.
I think overall, I mean, there's no real negative cards here. So I think overall it probably, this is the most negative card, but it's like acting with care to avoid a pressure cooker environment. I think it'll probably, I think it will have some positive changes. There's some things that might cause some kerfuffle, but they're eager to avoid chaos and an explosive atmosphere with some things. They'll probably withdraw into themselves some more, but there will be some deals that they can do and make. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to be a bad thing, even though there was boycotting the election and all that. I think it might be better for the country, but it's still very much a pressure cooker area, but there might be some release valves on that pressure with this new government. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Bright Opal, thank you so much for the backup. Send me an email and maybe we can do something together. I'd love to be able to do that. So sometimes hardliners aren't necessarily a bad thing. But thank you very much for your love and support today, and stay safe. stay strong, stay healthy, and stay loving. And I will be back. I'll be doing my Tuesday with using Lenormand and Kipper and other cards again. Okay, I'll try to get there by 9, but you know, it's probably going to be a bit later in the day for that. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, if you want a personal reading, you can email me and I can send you the information about personal readings at footprinttarot@gmail.com. Okay, thank you all. Love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.